Happy Transfer Tuesday. If you don't already know, Transfer Tuesday is the day of the week where we make money moves in the positive direction. So either paying off debt or saving and investing. Last week, I overextended myself a little bit, which you'll see in my upcoming budget update, that I contributed a little bit too much to my savings, bringing my overall budget to zero until I get paid tomorrow. This week, I won't have any transfers to savings. However, I do have a debt payment. So yesterday was Monday, and it was a day that we pay for our car loan. So we made a $311.07 payment towards our loan. I think that brings us to just under $15,000. So I think we're making really good progress on paying off our truck, even though we're not paying any extra right now. Just these bi-weekly payments are making a big dent in our overall loan, mostly because our loan is only 3 years long and we're 1 year into it. And since I don't have any other transfers this week, I thought that I might chat a little bit about our possible savings and debt payoff goals for the upcoming year. If you've been following along with our budgeting journey, then you'll know that we had to put our retirement savings on a bit of a pause for the past few months because we had to get our roof replaced, and we decided to do a 0% deferred interest loan for 12 months. And so we've been aggressively saving towards paying off that loan before it comes due next April. Also, if you've been following along, then you'll know that we are very, very close to paying off that loan, but probably before the end of the year. Although we are just going to keep the money sitting, earning interest all the way up until the last possible day. So now that that goal is almost met, we're going to have a little bit more room in our budget for either additional savings and investings or debt payoff. So I haven't really decided what we want to focus on in the next couple of months after we get that paid off, or in the new year, when we're going to have a lot more room in our budget for other things. So to give you an idea of our retirement, currently my husband and I are just contributing our employer match to our pre-tax retirement accounts. That's 4% for me and 3% for him. So we could increase this amount. At the very beginning of the year, we were both contributing about 10%. Well, I think I was contributing 10% and my husband was contributing 15%. But after we found out that we needed to replace the roof, we decreased those amounts to just the employer match. We also stopped contributing to my husband's Roth IRA, which he was contributing $500 a month, with plans to contribute $6,000 this year, which is a little bit less than the max allowable amount. So it's possible that we could increase our contributions to that this year so that we can reach the max, or at least get close to it by tax day next year. But we also have about 4 debts that we're working on paying off. They're pretty low interest rate debts, but it would be nice to make a little bit more progress on them. So I just mentioned the car loan earlier, and that's our highest interest rate debt. So I may want to contribute more to that. However, we have just 2 years left on that loan, and so contributing a small amount extra wouldn't make a huge difference in the timeline of that one. We're really not planning on contributing extra to the mortgage because that one has a pretty low interest rate, and it's not really that important to us to get that paid off sooner. The other 2 loans that we would like to focus on are my husband's student loans and my retirement account loan. Currently, we owe like $35,000 on the student loans, and those still have about 9 more years of repayment. The interest rate on those is variable. There's some that are almost 4.5% and others that are only 2.5%. So we would like to pay off some of the higher interest student loans early if possible, but I don't know if that's really that worth it either. And then finally, I have my retirement account loan that I may want to pay off early just because it allows me more freedom with work, because I currently owe, I think, like 38,000 on that one, and I have 7 more years to repay that. And so even though I'm paying the principal and interest back to my retirement account, the loan kind of keeps me tied to my job, as the total amount would become due if I ever decided to quit. So I would feel like I would have a little bit more freedom regarding work if I didn't have that retirement account loan. So even though that interest rate is at, I think, 4.25%, and it's only being paid to my account, that might be another one that we would like to pay back. So that makes our two main options: increasing our retirement account savings to more than the match and potentially contributing to my husband's Roth IRA again. And then for debt payoff, it would be paying off the car loan a little bit early, or possibly the student loans or my retirement account loan. So we're still trying to decide and would appreciate any input, because neither of those options seem like a particularly better one to me right now. But there's also a possible third or fourth option that both have their pros and cons. So option number 3 would be to keep our retirement as it is, keep our debt payoff as it is with just paying the minimums, and use the extra savings that we would have, which is typically about $30,000 or $40,000 a year, and use that towards improving our house. So these wouldn't be like necessary repairs, because I've done all of those basically. So I've replaced the roof, I've replaced the HVAC, but we would really like to remodel one of the bathrooms upstairs and then eventually remodel the kitchen. We have all of the brand new appliances for the kitchen, so it would just be new cabinets, new flooring, painting. We would like to change the design of it a little bit, so I know that it's going to be a little bit pricier. The kitchen layout is not very functional. We would like to open it up a little bit more and make it have more counter space and easier to maneuver in. But I know that we probably won't have the total amount for a kitchen remodel this year, so we would have to save that up over a couple of years. And I know that that's something that my husband is leaning towards a little bit more. And I know that we could probably save money by doing a lot of it ourselves. But I think with how busy our life is right now, for the bathroom remodel and for the kitchen remodel, I think we would probably hire someone to do it, which would definitely cost us a little bit more. So that's option number 3. And then option number 4 would be for me to go part-time at work. So this would basically eliminate any additional savings that we might be able to have. We would still contribute the match to our retirement, and we would still make the minimums on our debts. We would potentially spend a little bit less on daycare, although I don't know how much of a savings it would be, depending on if I worked 2 or 3 or 4 days a week. I know that at my job I'd have to work at least 20 hours a week in order to still receive any of the benefits. But then I would be able to spend extra time with my daughter while she's still young, and also devote more time to this YouTube channel. It's definitely a goal of mine in the new year to get monetized. And I would really like to increase the quality of my videos by purchasing a camera and probably a mic as well. You probably have to watch ads on my videos anyway, so it would be nice if I could get a portion of that at no additional cost to you. So those are the 4 options that I've thought about. We could invest more, we could pay off more debt, we could save for more home renovations, or I could work less. If you've watched this far, then let me know in the comments what you would suggest. Or if you have any additional ideas that I haven't thought of, then let me know those as well. I've really been struggling with this for the past couple of weeks, so I would love your input. And if you've made any transfers this week, then let me know those as well. I love to cheer on any positive money moves. And I can't imagine that if anyone who has not subscribed yet has watched this far, but if that's you, then please hit subscribe, because I would love to have you follow along so you can keep seeing more and see what I finally decide for our goals in the new year. I really appreciate everyone who watches my videos, everyone who likes, everyone who comments. So thank you for being here.